8:16 is the time now. You know, disasters like the flooding from earlier this month often happen unexpectedly, but that does not mean that we cannot be prepared.
All right, joining us now to talk about some of the ways you can get yourself ready in case disaster happens again is Gwen Camp. She's the director for FEMA's Individual and Community Preparedness Division. Good morning, Gwen. Thank you for taking the time to join us.
Good morning.
Now, what are some of the problems?
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you. What are some of the problems that people face as we move through a disaster like this?
Well, I mean, as we see in Detroit, disasters can happen anytime, anywhere. You had the flooding from the August 11th storm, and then just right after it, more rain this week. So it's really important, even as we're coming out of a disaster, to look ahead to the next one and be prepared and take those couple minutes to talk through with your family. How are you going to get connected if you're separated? Have a family communications plan. All those easy steps. Now is really the time to prepare for the next disaster.
And you know, everybody says, okay, being prepared before a disaster is so important, but oftentimes people just drag their feet and they don't do what they need to do to really be ready. What do they need to do first and foremost to start getting prepared?
Well, look, people are busy and we get that, but the most important thing you can do actually takes 5 minutes and it's free, and that's have your family communications plan. So figure out if you're not together when a disaster strikes, which we know can be any time, how are you going to reconnect, where are you going to meet? And it's also a great idea to have an out-of-town contact that you can each get in touch with separately so that you can check in and make sure that you're all safe. So somebody in a different town as a point of contact is a great idea to do as well. So as busy as we all are, we see the majority of Americans know that preparing is important, but unfortunately most people are not taking the concrete steps that will keep them safe in the event of a crisis. So we really want to use September, National Preparedness Month, as a way to encourage everybody to take those couple minutes now.
All right, now that's like you're talking about family communication and how to get together, but let's say a disaster happens and you're at home, but it's a long disaster. What types of things should people have in their homes to help them get through? What type of emergency kit should they have?
Yeah, so it's a great idea to have supplies to take care of yourself and your family for 72 hours. So looking at 3 days of supplies. So beyond just the food and water, and with water, you're going to need about a gallon of water per person per day. So that's 3 gallons of water to get you through 3 days. But you also want to think through for your own family, what are the disasters that could impact our community and what do we need? So is it a few prescriptions that you would need to have on hand? If you have a pet, making sure you have supplies for them too. So really taking those few minutes to walk through your own family, your own community, and what would you guys need for 3 days. So definitely the food, water, prescriptions, important documents, a charger for your cell phone, just making sure you're able to stay connected and informed is going to be really important and bring you peace of mind.
You know, the kids are heading back to school, and many schools, if not all of them, have drills every year for what to do if a tornado is coming, a fire drill, that kind of thing. Should people do drills at home?
Absolutely. So we know how easy it is, and the kids can do it. We should do it too, right? I can't imagine a school not doing fire drills, and a lot of kids are actually bringing that information home to their parents and asking to have that family meeting, to designate a meeting place, knowing what room in the house is the safest, a low interior room without windows in the case of a tornado. So definitely a smart idea to practice at home. Also taking a couple minutes to download any kind of alerts and warning apps for your phone, because in the case of a tornado, and a lot of people are surprised that they can actually happen anywhere in the United States, apps and warnings on your phone, and then just walking through that family plan.
All right, one more question for you. What types of resources are available through FEMA? I mean, we're finding out some of that now, but again, it's a process. You can look down the line. What types of resources are available in a disaster through FEMA?
Yep, and it is a process. So we recommend everybody take a few minutes to check out ready.gov. There's some great checklists on there of things to think through, the kinds of supplies you would want in your emergency kit, ways to have that conversation with your family to make that family emergency plan. So ready.gov, check it out for National Preparedness Month. Now is the time to get ready.
Gwen Camp, Director of FEMA's Individual and Community Preparedness Division, thank you so much for coming on this morning to talk about such an important thing as being prepared for disaster.
Thank you, guys.
You're quite welcome. When we come